Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're going to talk about something that trips up a lot of people working with data in MATLAB. How do you find the rate of change, the derivative, when you don't have a nice, clean equation? You've got the data points, but how in the world do you find the slope?
Okay, so let's get right into it. Picture this. You've run your experiment, you've collected all your measurements, and now you're just staring at a vector of numbers in MATLAB. The big question is, how fast are those numbers actually changing from one point to the next? That's the problem we're going to solve today.
And this brings us to what I like to call the data point dilemma. See, real-world data isn't some perfect, smooth curve you see in a math textbook, right? It's a bunch of separate, discrete points. We're basically trying to figure out the slope of a path when we only have a few snapshots of where we've been, not the entire map.
Now, this process actually has a name. It's called numerical differentiation. And the key word there is numerical, which really just means we're estimating. We're not going to get a perfect symbolic answer because we don't have a function to solve. We're just using the data we have to make the best possible guess.
All right, so where do we even start? Well, in MATLAB, the first tool that usually comes to mind is the diff function. It's pretty much the go-to when you first think about finding the difference between points, and for good reason. It's super simple.
So what's it actually doing under the hood? It's about as straightforward as it gets. The diff function just goes through your vector and subtracts each point from the one that comes right after it. That's it. It's a really basic way to get an idea of the slope between any 2 points.
And you can see exactly how that works right here. Let's say we give it an input vector with 4 numbers, 4, 6, 9, and 11. What does it spit out? Well, 6 minus 4 is 2, 9 minus 6 is 3, and 11 minus 9 is 2. But hang on a second. Look closely. We started with 4 elements, but we only got 3 back.
And that shorter output, that isn't just some weird little quirk. It's actually a huge problem. This leads us straight into the biggest limitation of using diff when you're trying to calculate a derivative. I call it the trouble with n-1.
So here's the deal. Because diff is calculating the difference between points, you'll always have one fewer difference than you have points. Think about it. If you have 4 fence posts, you only have 3 gaps between them. It's the same idea. And this mismatch means your shiny new derivative vector doesn't line up with your original data, which is a total nightmare if you want to plot it or do any more analysis.
And this really is the heart of the issue, isn't it? It begs the question, how can you analyze a rate of change if you don't know when that change is happening? Does that first derivative value of 2 belong with the first data point or the second one? It's just ambiguous. You can't really work with that.
So diff is out, but don't worry, MATLAB has our back. There's a much better tool that was literally built for this exact job, the gradient function. This is the one you want to use for numerical derivatives.
Now, unlike diff, which only looks at the next point, gradient is a lot smarter. It uses something called a central difference method. For any given point, it looks at the point before it and the point after it. This gives you a much more balanced and, frankly, more accurate estimate of the slope right at that specific point.
And would you look at that? This shows you the solution perfectly. We feed it the exact same input vector as before, but the output? We get 4 elements back, 4 in, 4 out. The arrays are the exact same size. Our alignment problem is completely gone. Each derivative value now lines up perfectly with each of our original data points.
Okay, so to make this choice an absolute no-brainer for your next project, let's just put these 2 functions side by side, a little head-to-head comparison. When you see them together like this, the best choice becomes really, really obvious.
This slide pretty much says it all. Over on the left, you've got diff. Yeah, it's simple, but it gives you that annoying n-1 output, and it's just not as accurate. Then on the right, you have gradient. It uses that smarter central difference method. It gives you an output of the exact same size, and the result is a much better approximation of the true derivative. The winner is clear.
So, the takeaway here is super simple and direct. If you need to find the derivative of a vector of data in MATLAB, your default choice, your go-to function, should be gradient. It's just the right tool for the job. So let's just wrap this up. Here's what you need to remember. Use diff if all you care about is the simple raw difference between one value and the next. But when you need a real numerical derivative, something that represents the slope at each point, you have to use gradient. It solves that n-1 sizing problem and gives you a result you can actually use for plotting and analysis.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. You know, mastering the derivative is really only half the story in calculus. We figured out how to find the rate of change, but what about the opposite? What if you wanted to find the total accumulation, the area under the curve? Well, that's a question for another explainer.